Check out Southside on YouTube. If you like what you see, subscribe and hit the notification bell. It's Southside on Dash Radio.
Welcome to the A3C Atlanta Influences Everything Dash Radio podcast.
Yes.
I am Isaac Hayes III.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we are joined by Teresa Topnotch.
The first.
Yes,
the first.
Absolutely. And to her right, it's Tory Edwards.
The only.
The one of the co-owners of Atlanta Influences Everything. And next to him is Mr. Ian Ford, another co-owner of Atlanta Influences Everything. So I wanted to have this conversation today with Teresa because these conversations the next 3 days are going to be about Atlanta and its influence on particular sectors.
Right. Okay.
And so your sector is social media.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to tell everybody a little bit about where you're from, which is here, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then what got you into social media?
All right. So, well, he already. Who am I looking at? I don't know where. Where am I looking?
Anywhere you want.
Great.
The camera, everybody.
The camera. I just wanted to have full eye contact. So, I'm from Atlanta, yes, and how I started was in my room, not doing anything.
What do you mean?
I mean, I was bored. I didn't have a car. I had nothing to do. So my phone was just the thing I did. I guess the simple fact, I've been on social media for a long time.
How old were you when you started?
I don't even know, but as far as the whole, everything started with influencers was on Vine.
Okay.
So I was on Vine at first.
Mm-hmm.
And Vine was just a thing. It's something you do really to have fun. I wasn't looking for nothing out of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a fun thing. And then that's when Instagram came out with the video, and that still was just a fun thing. And then after a while, it became a business. Oh, this is for real. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess my story is a lot different from other people's because people, that's their goal, is to be an influencer. Their goal is to be Instagram famous. Their goal is to be an influencer. Their goal is to do skits. I'm on Instagram to do this. Versus me, it was I'm on Instagram because I didn't have a car.
Mm-hmm.
I had nothing to do. I was just bored. And it just blossomed into, and people was liking what I was saying. So I was like, oh, I got some more to talk about. So I was just talking and ranting, and people just drew to it, and it just went from there. And after that, that's when it became a thing,
Mm-hmm.
because now it's people go on there because now they want to get their Instagram followers up. Now, before it wasn't a thing, it was just
Right.
Yeah, so I started when it wasn't really a thing. It was just because when I started, it was as far as Instagram, was me, DC, and then the people from New Orleans. So it was me, DC, Fat and Paid, who else? It was a dude, Quentin, on there. But it wasn't a lot of us on doing roasting and just going back and forth. It wasn't a lot of people. Now it is big, but now it's a business. So now it is a part of your resume now.
I had a question. At what point did you decide on an end game? Because I think I might have met you, maybe 2 years ago? Was that?
Yeah.
That might have been 3 years.
3 years, 3 years ago.
Yeah, we met about 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I know shortly after we met, you were saying that you was acting. And it wasn't like I didn't believe in it, because clearly you could act.
Right.
But I didn't think that.
Nobody does.
I didn't think that was the path you would choose. But
For
you
sure.
was dead serious about acting. So how far were you in before you started saying, here's my end goal, to act?
The beginning.
Okay.
I've always been in acting classes.
Okay.
It's always been. But see, the thing about it is, it's so hard for an influencer, because it's just you get boxed in. It's
Right.
comedy. It's like being a comedian.
Right.
Comedians get boxed in,
All
and you
the
got to
time.
be careful. Just going into whatever you want to go into. But it's it's harder for me to establish myself as an actress now because of social media. But now that is happening. I was like, people's like, okay, I believe you. Right. But nobody was like, it wasn't like I'm taking you serious. Like I done got like, even when it come to networks, it's been a thing like, oh, she's just a social media influencer. Like when versus people will really think, oh, you're booking these roles because you got 1 million followers. Right. They don't give a damn about that. Right. They don't give a damn. They will give you one line for you to promote, so you can bring the views, but they not about to. Right. The real actors got 2,000 followers. Nobody knows them. Right.
Facts.
You know, they don't care. Like they don't care about. I didn't went to 10 different conversations, but yeah. Anyway, where was the ground? What was the foundation?
No, the foundation for me was, I feel like Atlanta has an enormous footprint on social media with influencers.
Oh yeah.
Like I can name like at least half a dozen that are. Name some of the Atlanta influencers that are huge on social media.
And not only that, they come out here.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like most of all the big influencers came out here.
Right. Yeah.
To grow. The Atlanta is just, you can't blow if you don't come from Atlanta. If you're not in Atlanta, I don't care what you do. If as far as like music, the internet, reality, everything is Atlanta. Straight up. You have to come here to grow. You got to.
Yeah.
You have to. It's everybody I know on social media from right now. B. Simone, Pretty V, Funny Marco. Who else is going off?
Robbie
World. Everybody.
Blame It on Quay.
Blame It on Quay never lived here though.
Okay.
He never lived here.
But he's here.
He went from Houston to LA.
Okay.
But Lala lived here. She moved like everybody. Right. It's either if you Zoe lives here.
I Am Zoe.
I Am Zoe lives here.
Zoe,
like
yeah.
if you don't live here, they come here.
Nobody's more Atlanta.
You can't escape Atlanta.
Nobody's more Atlanta than me than Supercharged Cam. Like I like that.
Who's that?
You gotta check him out. Supercharged Cam.
What does he do?
He's a nut. Go to his page and check him out.
I'm gonna have to look him up.
Supercharged Cam.
Yes.
So he just skits.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
His skits are crazy.
And you know what I noticed first is even before Instagram was like whenever there was a moment that someone went viral on the internet, I would say, oh, this kid's from Atlanta. Like the first time I saw Terrio.
Oh yeah, for
I knew
sure.
Terrio was from Atlanta.
from Atlanta.
I didn't think
okay.
he was from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know.
So I was like, oh yeah, Terrio was one of the first ones. I'm trying to think who else.
DC.
Yeah, DC Young Fly. So
Atlanta.
Super Atlanta.
So
you know?
what does that tell you about this city's culture with regards to everywhere else? Like, and I guess I'm asking you a question which I already know the answer to, but I want you to say that. It's like Atlanta culture is what to the rest of America?
To me, it's the bowl. You know, it's like a gumbo. Like it's like Atlanta's now a gumbo because you got everything in it, but we just soup. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all are in our bowl. Right. Like, you know, and honestly, like I came before, Atlanta's not even Atlanta no more. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like the old Atlanta is gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's out of, can I cuss? The window. I'm not gonna cuss. It is gone. Atlanta is gone.
You think so?
No. Wow.
This is the thing. Like, that's just like, okay, people move everywhere. And the simple fact with the internet, we all become one world anyway.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we doing what the New York people do. New York people doing what we doing. Like, we all one now. Like, that's just what it is dealing with social media.
Straight up.
But people come out here and this is the reason why I say it's gone, because it's like people come out here with a certain type of mindset and they change who they are. You know what I mean? And then it gives Atlanta a bad reputation because they're like, oh, people from Atlanta, No, it's y'all folk.
Like the drivers.
You know what I'm saying?
the-
Coming
like
out here,
like the drivers,
messing it up. You know what I mean? Like, and what Atlanta stands for. Like now, Atlanta just stands for, oh, it's all gay. It's not like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they like, oh, it's just the men. They just. I'm like, first and foremost, I've been a lot of places in the world, and it is the same.
right?
But they.
Yeah.
But it's a simple fact that people come out here because they feel like they can't be themselves home, so they come out here and just, I'm coming home, and they like just whatever you can be, wherever you want to be here. It's like a new start. This is a new start for a lot of people.
Well, but you don't think that's a good thing?
It is a good thing, but it's only the thing about it is this is what makes it a bad thing, which I mean is life, but they're here figuring it out. So while you're here finding yourself and figuring it out, the bad seeds that you're planting here is affecting now it's affecting the city because you lost and you trying to figure yourself out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I think
So basically, come to Atlanta with a plan. If you're gonna come and
I think you need to go anywhere with a plan.
Yeah, well,
You know what I mean? Anywhere you go, you need to have I don't care where you go, you need to have a plan anywhere you go.
absolutely.
Everybody don't have I came here with $200 dream.
But
You know what I'm saying?
so
Like, I
many,
came
so
here with
many
$2
more
in my
people
pocket.
come to Atlanta just on a whim. People really feel like Atlanta is the promised land. They feel like it's gonna come and change their life. They feel like all they got to do is get here.
Well,
And
you know
that's
what, though?
true.
Hold
I
on.
know a lot of people like
all they
that.
got to do is get here.
But I think we're starting to see the effect of what Atlanta is now, like how New York and LA were. Because that's what New York was. If I can make it there, I can make it
anywhere.
Or,
Yep.
LA, or everybody in Hollywood, everybody goes to LA to become an actor.
It's becoming that.
Yeah, so I think that's the repercussive
Atlanta.
effect of just Atlanta growing.
Right.
And then for black folks,
But it's not a bad thing.
no, it's not.
It's just a byproduct.
Yeah, it is.
Growth.
But I still think I disagree with you on this, Teresa. I think Atlanta still maintains its culture.
I do so.
So I don't think. I think old
I do
Atlanta is
believe
still.
that.
I think old Atlanta is still here because old Atlanta is the dances. It's the slang. It's the funny people that I went to high school with that are doing the same thing on social media now that I see. It is Magic City. It is still the strip club game.
Now,
it is still
I do believe
it is
that.
still the rap music that we all grew up and listened to. So it's just evolved. So we still lead the culture in that. I understand what you mean, but I think with regards to
The culture, I agree with you. Like Atlanta still, like as far as that, like Atlanta is still Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely agree with that. Like Atlanta's never that on that aspect, Atlanta's never gonna change. I think that's all Atlanta's is gonna be Atlanta. On that aspect.
But it's changing.
Yeah,
it's about
it
to
is.
change.
what do you think? Where do you think social media, with regards, social media in general, is heading? Because you're part of that sector. I see you got 1 million followers now on the gram, and you verified.
Yes, about
So
time.
where do you think social media is going?
Honestly, social media as far as like Instagram or just YouTube, Facebook.
I mean everything. Yeah. Let's do because it's all an asset to what you do.
Honestly, this is a hard question for me to be honest or to not be honest. Because for me, what I feel, even as far as Instagram, it's only a couple more years on it. Like, honestly, it's become a thing for people to become something on the internet so much. It has been a thing for about 5 years. It's been a thing to be something on the internet. But now everybody's something on the internet.
Right.
So now it's going back to really doing street work. Now it's going back to who are you outside of this? Because we all got 1 million followers. We all verified. Everybody's somebody now.
Right.
Because of it. I don't care if you got 50,000 followers. Everybody has a fan. Everybody is somebody. But now it's going back to, I think, like, right now, fame has become so popcorn. Like, it's easy. Anybody can be famous. Anybody can. It's popcorn right now. But I think it's going to go back to the simple fact that it's saturated.
Oversaturated.
It's oversaturated. It's so many stars. You know, it took a lot to be a star back then.
Yeah.
Like, you had to go through artist development. You had to sing, rap, dance, model. Like,
Do it all.
you had to do it all to be a star. Now, I don't have to do nothing but this.
You know what though? I think.
Which is not a bad, like, I'm
No,
not.
it's a good and a bad thing as well.
I'm not taking it because I come from an air, like, I'm coming from that where it's like people knew me from Instagram first versus my passion.
Mm-hmm.
So they knew my hobby before they knew my talent and my, you know, my what I really want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They knew I gave them me.
Right.
But now it's like, all right, now that you do Instagram, now that, like, it's to the point where social media is a business now.
Explain that though.
All right.
Like how does someone with 1 million followers on Instagram make money?
Most people don't.
Well, most people don't make money. And the thing, as far as, Instagram don't pay you. It's the businesses that want you. It's advertisement. You are a commercial. You're a walking commercial now. So that's how you make your money. YouTube pays you. Facebook pays you. Yeah, they pay you. You can monetize with them on the views and shares. But Instagram app does not send you a check.
Right.
But you get money with companies. You know
like
what
Fashion
I mean?
Nova.
Like Fashion Nova, Flat Tummy Tea, Adidas are doing it now. Sprite is doing it now. Puma, like, it's tampons. Like, it is a lot.
But talk about how that works. Are these people normally reaching out to you, or
Yeah.
you finding?
Yeah, they'll email you. They'll email you.
You got you a
and they'll
tampon
reach
deal?
out. I had a tampon deal and I lost it.
What?
Yeah, a couple thousand too.
What do you? Okay, I'll
It's
never
like
mind.
$7,000 and I lost it. I lost, and I was so mad for just a video, a YouTube. Well,
Something you
it was
did.
like 3 videos they wanted, but yeah, I lost the camp. I lost it because I went on the internet and I was talking about tampon. Like, first off, they didn't reach, like, this was like, they hit me up 1 month and 6 months later, I didn't hear nothing. So I'm like, okay. Then they circle back around. Hey, due to, where you been at? If I would have known this, I would have never went on the internet talking about them damn tampons.
Right.
Like, but you went ghost. But yeah, I had to sign out of the contract.
Wow.
So
Lost it because I talked about tampons and they said in a negative way.
So going back to your origins, you said you were in your room with your phone,
Right.
making videos.
Mhm.
When did it become a business? Like, what did that first check look like? Like, when and where? What did that happen?
It became a business when people started hitting me up for like hourly shout outs, like how much for an hour. I'm like, oh shit. Oh, okay. Give me $50. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like, and then you can go up on the price. Then you can, so it's like, oh. And then it also becomes a business when they start booking you. So now you are really your thing. You know, people are coming to see you. People are paying their money to see you. So they're paying you to come.
So they're booking
flying you out.
They're booking you for club events?
Yeah, club events. Or like, first it was just club events because it's like, you gotta, like, as far as social media, you gotta have something to offer on it and to give. Like, what are you doing on social media? Why am I coming to your page? Are you selling something? Are you entertaining? Like, what are you doing? Like, what's the purpose for me coming in? You know what I mean? So I wasn't doing nothing at that time, and they can't book me for acting because I wasn't in shit. You know what I mean? Like, so they can't get me for doing that. And I wasn't doing stand-up at the time, so it's just like they was just booking me to come to the club and get drunk and go home and do it all over again. Yeah.
So what did that first major sponsor, who was that first major sponsor that hit you up?
I wouldn't even say I haven't had like a major, like they're all like, it's like internet, like, you know, the regular, the things that everybody else really do. Like, that's just what it is. Like, yeah. I had a Dita thing one time, but that wasn't, it's not, I don't know. I look at it, I just look at things a little bit different, so it's hard to ask me. Because I know a TV goal and a internet goal.
Is there something you won't do? Is there a check you would turn down off top your head if you could think of?
Yeah, anything they gotta do with me taking my clothes off, I'm turning it down.
Copy that.
TV too. I don't do all that shit.
Oh, you
Or
saying-
or if it's going against what I believe, I'm not doing it. I ain't promoting guns and drugs. I'm not doing all that.
Are you allowed to promote guns and drugs?
Yeah,
on the
you can
internet?
promote wherever the hell you want to. Whatever you want to promote, you can promote it.
That's crazy.
If they get you, they get you.
It's just a free fall.
So what are so? Let me ask you this: do you collab with any of the other Atlanta social media influencers? Do you guys work together?
And if not, have you thought about
We have. It's so crazy. It's like people really collab when you're grinding to get, I need to get these followers, or I need it. So now we're cross promoting it now. But when you get to a point where you feel like, I'm here where I need to be, we already done, unless we really friends or we really like, but it's like, I'm already doing what I'm doing, you doing what you doing. So people really don't collab as much no more because everybody is really doing what they want to do. Like now they're walking into a career. Like this isn't just internet now. You know what I'm saying? It was a time when we was all just on the phone. Now DC is a big comedian. What is he collabing for?
Well, I mean, they still
for the culture.
The big comedians out in LA still do it.
Yeah, I
like D-Storm.
Skits.
Well, yeah.
I don't do skits.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a skitter. I don't do skits. A skitter. I'm not a skitter. I'm not one of those.
She's not skittish.
I'm not skittish. I'm a ranter. I'm not a skitter.
You are.
I rant. I talk. I give my brain. I give my mind. I don't.
So when you did characters,
I done skits.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I have, but I don't.
You don't
really
give
do
that up no more. You don't do that.
Yeah, I will, but it's like.
But your rant game is
yeah, my shit is pretty.
Yeah.
Take that to the bank and cash it.
Yes, sir.
So speaking of the rant game, I'm a new fan of yours. Like I just found out about you maybe like a month or so ago, and I've been looking through the videos. I probably got like 100 videos deep. I haven't gone back because I know you got like 4,000 posts. Deep. But what I've been seeing a lot lately is like you turning more so into like a life coach / preacher and less comedy. Is that something new for you? And if that is, why are you transitioning?
I've always been like that.
Yeah, I know
like
that
I've always been, but that's my mind. You know what I mean? I've always been so opinionated. Well, why y'all do this? That's dumb. Like, you know what I mean? I've always been. I think it just I had skits in between it, but that's how I blew. Like on my ladies, we gotta. Look, chill out. We fellas, we gotta that's how my social media grew because I was opinionated and I would come on in, honey, looking crazy, bonnet on, hair out, crazy, waking up, ain't even brushed my teeth, ain't took a shower, but I'm on the phone talking. That's just what it was. You know what I mean? And it wasn't like I wasn't all, makeup. Like I was just me. I was just raw. Like it's just what it was. So yeah.
Like the one that really hit me hard was one of the most recent ones you did when you asked, when do black men get to heal? Right. I really appreciated you just asking the internet just that question,
But you catch some flack from that?
Oh, yeah. I was so
I didn't get it. I didn't get the backlash.
I mean,
well, explain what the comment was. Explain what the comment was.
Oh, my goodness. It's just, this is basically, I was just talking about when does the black man get to heal? You know what I mean? And I know a lot of black men that have went through a lot. Mm-hmm. Like just as a child. You know what I mean? Like abuse, molestation, just not knowing just life. It just over and over and over again, and they always gotta be strong and come back, and you can't cry, you can't feel, you can't express, you're not allowed to be a human. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like with black men, they're not allowed to be a human. You're only allowed to be a black man. You're not allowed to be a human being. Like, when does the black man get to just be a human one time and just, and I mean, the backlash from the women just shocked me. And I was just, it really blew my mind on how bitter women are. And it's so crazy, like, you are bitter from the man that hurt you. But what about your son you raising? Would you tell your son heal himself? You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't tell your child that. You wouldn't tell your brother that. Anytime something wrong with somebody, talk to me, what's wrong? But just because a man hurt you, you can't step outside your own hurt to just understand this human.
Understand
You know what I mean?
someone else,
Just understand somebody else's pain and what they going through. And it's just, well, the black man can heal when he want to and when he decide to stand up and protect. Baby, that sounds like some personal issues.
Right.
Because you want him to heal, but then you want him to heal you from being broken. From you feeling empty, from you being raped, from you being molested. You want him to be your shoulder, but you ain't trying to help him. Like I was just
Did you feel
surprised.
like you lost followers because of that? Do you feel like people?
Oh yeah, for sure. I lose followers a lot. Like when I get to, especially when I talk about stuff like that, when I go against anything that people don't like. Especially because I got a lot of women following me. Right. So I know I went and I talked about women smoking weed when they was pregnant. Another surprise.
Oh, they pissed.
I mean, another surprise.
Who's pissed?
I'm like, you been high before, right? So you think it's okay for your kid? The doctor said that's the only way I can eat. Baby, pregnancies ain't new. They've been having babies since.
Forever.
What you think they was doing?
Right.
Putting up with it.
Right.
I can't eat. I can't.
Go on and smoke.
I know how it would feel to be high. I would never want my child to feel like no kid should even.
They're involuntary. They ain't got no, you know.
And then they wonder why their kid got all these problems. They can't breathe. They got asthma. They got ADHD. They don't know how to be still in class. Then it's the issue. Like it's beyond me. I'm just a humble servant of the Lord. That's all I say. It's beyond me. I'm surprised. It's a lot of people in the world. It's a lot of people in the world.
So do you use your following, I guess, you're using your following to convey positive messages?
Yeah,
so
for sure.
You're more than just 1 million followers with a verified check on the gram.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm dope. You know what I mean? I got a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I got
How
a lot
does this affect your personal life? That's when everybody make the sounds. Here it comes.
Yeah, I want to know that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that too.
It affects your personal life when you allow it to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a point in my life where this shit was depressing. Like, cause it's like you like now you feel like a puppet. Like you gotta, I gotta do this. I gotta post. I had a time in my life where I was there. I was like, this is just, and then I kicked in, my fuck it kicked in, and I was like, I'm about to do all. Look, I ain't nobody puppet. I ain't about to do it. If I don't want to do it, I'm not gonna do it. I still go out the way I want to go out. If I want to go out looking crazy, I do so. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, it's all about what you allow. I don't live for Instagram. People live for Instagram. That's how I mess up their personal life. Because they, like, every moment Instagram see. They see your praying. They see everything you give to people that don't care about you. Like, they just want to be entertained. Just go on there, entertain them, and hop off. Like, they live for Instagram. Like, I know people that literally live for the gram.
Was there like a time where you started to do it and you started to be popular? Did you feel like it was like a demand? Like people...
Oh, yeah.
Like, why you ain't posting nothing?
Yeah,
Like, did you allow that to... Did you ever, like, succumb to that pressure?
But that's when it messes up your personal life. Because, I mean, everything turns into work. You know what I mean? Like, and at the end of the day, it turned into work. But with this, it's like you don't clock out. It's not a clock out. Like, oh, I ain't clocking out. Right. But it's just like, whatever you allow to affect you is going to affect you. You have to be grounded. You got to be a grounded person to deal with fame. You got to be a grounded person to deal with money. You got to be a grounded person going in. Because if you're not, it's...
How do you handle that? How do you handle going from people kind of knowing who you are to being famous? Are you recognized a lot?
Yeah.
So how do you handle that?
It's pretty cool. At first, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. You know, I get spiritual real quick. It bothered me. It bothered me because I'm like, praise God, baby, don't praise me. Okay, I done seen people literally, little girls get out of the car and was like, ah! I'm like, I ran too. I'm like, bitch, you scared me. Look, we was in Walmart. The little girl was like, ah! I turned around. I was like, oh, shoot. I was like,
What happened?
Yeah, I was like, what is you doing? Like,
So knowing that you have that type of fame, do you feel you have a responsibility for what you say? Because you have a lot of followers. Because people will do what you tell them to do on social media. So do you feel a responsibility if you say like, oh, I said something? Have you ever said anything you regret? Like, oh, I should have not said that because I have this huge following.
Yeah, and the only reason why I regret it, well, I don't regret it because like I feel how I feel, but I only regret it because it's just like I'm like, damn, I should have just like business wise, like it's a lot of stuff in the future that might come back on like the shit I'm like, I know I didn't talk.
You mean that cancel culture that might come back to bite you?
Yeah. Oh, let me tell you something. This is another campaign I lost. Who was it for? It was for I can't even remember. But they went on my old tweets and was like, you were talking about gay people and Asians and da-da-da. And I was like, and they sent me a copy of my tweets. I'm like, this was 2007. Like, nigga.
Oh, well.
Right.
Like, but this is the thing. I wasn't saying nothing bad. Like, I have my family, I have gay family members. I hang out. This is when I hung out with nothing but Asians. I was like, with my egg rolls. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I seen you with Asian girls.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I hung out with nothing but Asians. And I was like, I'm with my egg rolls tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, chickadee China. Like, yeah. And then I was just like, I think I was like, Frank Ocean gay as hell. Like, I was like, oh, that shit gay as hell. You know, but this is how we talk.
Right.
Like, go on some with that gay shit. Like, that's some gay shit.
Yeah.
But not like on some,
you hate
I'm
gay.
picking and I hate. Like, because that would be hating I got family members. My brother's gay. We love him. Like, right. You are who you are. You choose who you choose to be. I don't hate you because of what you love. Right. Like, I would never do that. Like,
have we become too sensitive?
Yeah, we have. It's so, I mean, I forgot what it was for, but they turned me down. It was like, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to. I was like, well, I can delete him. like this was a long time ago. Why are you holding this? What would Jesus do? Why are you holding this against me?
To play,
and they was like, no, like
to play devil's advocate. I say this all the time.
They said no, so I was like, delete your tweets, everybody. I'm about to delete my whole Twitter. I don't know what I said.
I've done that before, but the reason why I say that is like, we all have freedom of speech, but the moment that you align yourself with a brand, that's when you have to abide by their rules and their stipulations. Because there are companies in Atlanta, there are a couple of companies in Atlanta, some major corporations in Atlanta that I've spoken to about working with local talent. And they're like, well, we can't because they've said this, or they've used this word, or they've used this slang.
The nigga word is very, they don't like nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know my homegirl lost her Target deal because she was saying nigga in her videos.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they don't want that. But that's when it comes to like a point where I regret like if I just wanted to be a stand-up comedian,
right,
I wouldn't give a damn because that's me. You know what I mean? Like being raw is what is the whole point of being a stand-up comedian. But the simple fact that I'm trying to get on people's teeth, I need to get a yes and approval from somebody else. From another nigga to another nigga to another. Oh, I gotta lock it down. I gotta like be careful. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of stuff. I'm like, man. Like I was talking about the Caitlyn Jenner thing. I was like, man.
No, you ain't go there.
Get that man a period. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna be no more Caitlyn, man. His name Bruce. Like.
Oh my God.
Hey, and that dude, the dude from Empire had reposted it. It was like.
Who, Jesse Smollett?
Nah, not Juicy Smollett.
Juicy.
Not Juicy Smollett. No. Hakeem, him.
So
I was like, give him. Yeah, I was just like, it's stuff like that where I'm like, but that's how I feel. I'm like, bruh. And I was like, how y'all let him win Women's Award?
That's crazy.
You ain't never been embarrassed to go get no pads.
Right.
You ain't spent a day like shaving your coochie wrong and putting alcohol on it. You don't know that struggle. You know how embarrassing it is to go get pads? I just got comfortable with getting pads. Like I used to be like this.
Why don't you just Amazon Prime?
I used to be like this, going to get pads. Like for real.
Why don't you just order them on
13,
Amazon?
12. I'm just now getting comfortable. Like it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I am just now in my late 20s. I ain't gonna say much, but I'm just now getting comfortable. My dad used to have to go get my pads. I was so embarrassed.
Oh, yeah,
I was embarrassed.
But Isaac, to your sensitivity comment, I agree with that. I think the world is getting too sensitive.
I probably should never said that.
And I feel like, but
it is what it is. It's out there now.
No, there's a point where you have to be yourself.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
And yeah, but then it's like if you want to play the game, the Hollywood game. Let's talk about Hollywood.
Right.
So you're you're acting now.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen you on Tales.
Yeah.
Tell us some of the other stuff that you've been on.
Tales. I did a couple things with Bounce TV. So I did Last Call with Bounce TV, and I'm on. I'm a new cast member on the show Family Time. Mm-hmm. So they've been going for a long time because I'm on season 7 and 8. So so I'm a recurring cast on that now. Thank you so much.
Does that film here?
Glory to God. LA.
LA, okay.
Mm-hmm. How High 2. I done How High 2. I did the Black Lady sketch show that Issa Rae and Robbie just did. Yeah, I done that. That's probably.
But what's
and Wildin' Out. Yeah, I'm on Wildin' Out.
Yeah. What's most interesting about what you're saying is your dream is materializing. It's starting to come to fruition, right? You're becoming the person that you want to be, right? But your Hollywood experience has been in Atlanta, not Hollywood. You understand what I mean?
What do you mean, like Hollywood experience?
You were able to, what people used to leave their hometown for and travel to Hollywood to become this big actress or actor, they would go to Hollywood. I'm going to Hollywood. And now,
I've done it here. That's what you're saying.
Atlanta is that place. True. So that's what, it comes right back.
Is there a reason? Is there something that you feel you might have to leave Atlanta for?
Yeah, I'm leaving.
No.
Damn.
Yeah.
No.
Bye.
No, you're not.
To you, my friend. Yes.
Where you going?
I'm gone. LA.
Oh man.
Until we meet again. I have to.
Lost
Listen.
Another one.
Let me tell you something.
We're losing another one.
Yeah, I'm gone. I'm already gone. I'm mentally gone. So I'm out of here. I'm here physically.
Why though?
Tell us why.
I need to understand.
The thing about it is, it's a big difference. In order to book the stuff out here, you have to go out there. The business is out there.
Right.
The business is out there, and they take LA talent serious. I done not got stuff because I was not an LA local.
Okay.
They want LA local. They want LA talent, and not only that, the rooms are different. The rooms out here are music. You link with a lot of producers. You link with a lot of people. That's you link with a lot of people. Oh, I know them. I know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. Out there, that person they know is in the room. When you go into these places, it's a big. When I tell you, people think they hot shit here, and they this soul celebrity. Go out there, and it's been living. Let me tell you something. I literally. This is how much of a difference it is, right? So I was auditioning for this role, right? Big role. And I went to this BET experience that they had out there. And it's like with all it's different. It's a different, all the actors are gonna be there. Out here, they probably not gonna be here.
Right.
You know what I mean? They gonna promote it, they gonna have a premiere, but the actors ain't gonna be there.
Right.
But they're going to be there. But in that room, and I didn't even know, it was a guy, I'm at the bar. Long story short, I'm at the bar. The guy was like, he said my name. I was like, no, that's not my name. I don't know how to make long story short. I said that, they don't even know how to do it. So anyway, then he was like, I'm going to tell you how I know you. So he came over to me and he was like, I've been watching your audition tapes. He was like, I was like, oh, that's dope. I got his name. I remember seeing his name on a breakdown, but I couldn't point it. I went to go back and look. That was the executive producer and the writer. I've never experienced nothing like that in Atlanta whatsoever.
Do you think that's because Atlanta is emerging? We have a long way to go. But We just have time and in that space. You don't? Do you think Atlanta will ever have the opportunities that Hollywood has?
We do. Atlanta has the opportunities because they do a lot of stuff out here. They do a lot of they come out here. But the thing about it is they don't live here.
Well,
and then not only that,
it depends.
Let me tell you something. I've made way more money in LA than I've ever made in Atlanta.
I believe that.
Ever. People in Atlanta don't want to pay you.
Okay.
They do not want to pay you, especially when they know you're a native. They do not want to pay you because the thing about it is everybody trying to grind. Like, man, you know what I'm trying to do. Out there, my time it's so expensive. My money is time. Time is money. How they gonna compensate you?
Right.
However, out here, what I'm gonna go here, you gonna eat, and I'm gonna give you a little credit, and I'm gonna shout you out. Oh, hell, we good.
So
where that money at?
I think.
Where is the money?
I think
Give me the bucks.
I think the money is in Atlanta because this is one thing I'll say. The actors that I do know that are African American, all of them live here.
But they had to go out there to break.
No. They had to go out there to break. But what I'm saying is, if I speak to my friends that are definitely in acting in like series regulars, like I think they got Dynasty. Like you got to think about all the stuff that's in Atlanta that people are locally getting cast.
They live here. Yeah, they are. They live here because they're filming here.
No, but there are a lot of people that are getting cast locally. Black. So they got Dynasty. They film out here. Black Lightning. What else do they film out here? Now, well, they got the Oval. Tyler Perry's doing the Oval. Ambitions on OWN. Sisters. I think they're filming here in Atlanta. So
you want to know where all that talent coming from?
No, a lot of it is coming from here though too.
It does. But out there, like this, and this is what I mean. Like you have to go out there to book the roles out here. You have to, at least to. This is the thing. You got to play the game. You know what I'm saying? Especially because I'm from here, so it's a little bit different. Like my mindset, this is home to me. You know what I mean? My mindset is different here.
Right.
But I gotta go out there to land the role out to get my face out there. And then once I get my face out there to the point where it's like they see me enough, I can come back here and book. Right. Easy. Because I went out there and did the work. I went out there and bumped shoulders with the producers, the executive producers, the casting directors. Like, because at the end of the day, anything that goes through Atlanta has to go through Atlanta. The network, all of the networks, Viacom is out there. All of
the business of Hollywood is still out there.
Everything is out there. So the final say isn't in Atlanta. That's what people think. They think the final say is here. No, the final say is there. So it's a process. After you audition, you go through the casting directors. You sit down and have the directors meeting, and you sit down and talk. After that, the network has to approve you out there in LA.
I will say you're about 85% right.
They have to approve you.
No,
there are a lot of my friends are on TV shows. Like I can tell you one in particular. There's an actress named Erica Page, and Erica is on Ambitions, and she got cast like right here in Atlanta. She's a main character, one of the main characters on the show. There's not that many opportunities. I understand what you mean. There's several more. The only thing the problem that I think that I have with Hollywood is they tend to take African American people from out there and especially influencers. And this is what I mean. I'm gonna get off acting for 2 seconds. There's a lot of social media influencers that go to LA, and the things that I see them do are, I don't want to say coonish, but they're very stereotypical. Right. Here's an example. I'm not calling him a coon, but what's the guy's name? King Kieran, yeah. Kieran, he's from Texas. He was an entirely different social media influencer. Yeah. The first thing that I see him on is some show where he's like, let me do some stuff with white people, like to figure, like I've seen it. Yeah. I ride a tractor or I go, and it's like that's not even who you are. That's the opportunity that they give you. They shove you into a stereotypical role. To me, that pulls you off of your brand, like what people know you for, they take you away from that. You've been good about trying to stay, I guess, in land roles that are still close to who you are, but it's not nothing buffoonish to me.
You want to know why? And this is another reason why you have to know what you want going in. Mm-hmm. And not only that, you have to prepare yourself when preparation meet opportunity. I have been in acting classes. I don't know about them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been in acting classes, and at the end of the day, I have turned down a lot of things. Mm-hmm. Like, with social media influencers, they know that, yes, you're on social media, but your goal is you want to be on that TV. So you accept anything. That's not the network fault that he accepted that. Mm-hmm. He wanted to do it. He wanted to be on. He wanted to be seen. Whose fault is that?
No, I understand.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so it's like people going to do whatever you allow. They're going to test the waters. It's a lot of, I ain't going to say that. But it's a show that I turned down because of, and this is before I ain't do no TV. Mm-hmm. And I was so in a debate about it because it conflicted with what I believe. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it brought tears in my eyes because I'm like, I want to make it so bad that this is what they're throwing me. And it's like, it's Comedy Central. It would have been so dope. Mm-hmm. But that's not how I want to be represented. Right. So you got to know what you want. You got to know you. What Cat Williams say? Get your star player in line. Mm-hmm. You got to have that person in line. If you don't, you're going to be to and fro. Everybody going to do whatever they want to do with you. They're going to do this. They're going to do this. You're going to be just like this. Right. It was like, where do I put them? Because they are taking anything. Like, what lane? What do you want to do? So forget Instagram.
Let me ask you this. So whenever you do leave Atlanta, mm-hmm. are you worried about losing the essence of yourself?
Oh, no.
I'm going to tell you why. Musically, every single solitary person I know that's moved to LA, they fall off. They leave Atlanta and I'm talking about producers,
I'm
artists.
not into music.
I know, but I think you can still lose what makes you, what got you there. I think
that is true.
If you leave the source of whatever,
because I know a lot of weirdos.
You know, and they came back. They came back. A lot of people left Atlanta and came back.
Let me tell you.
You know, they go out there and Hollywood isn't what they think it is. And here's another reason why I say that. This is a textbook example. The very first social media influencer to me that blew up on social media was Spoken Reasons. Mm-hmm. And I think we had this conversation before.
We did.
And Spoken Reasons left everything he was doing. He had built a brand. He moved to LA. And then that brand got stripped away. Mm-hmm. Like, he trusted people and his momentum was stalled and he completely fell off. He started doing movies.
He was in like good movies. Like,
he was in movies with Melissa McCarthy and stuff like that.
Who is this?
He's this kid from Florida.
And they wasn't even making him like they wasn't even making him like a coon. Like, he was really with some.
He was doing some good stuff.
They didn't box him in.
And he was like, making him I'm about to buy a house in Florida. He's like, no, you need to move to LA. Because I think, what's his name? Steve, I forget his name. Russell Simmons. He wound up working with All Def Digital. He's like, you need to move to LA. Okay. And he was like, well, why I got to move to LA? Like, I'm making like almost $100,000 a month off YouTube. Like, he had a lot of momentum. And then he stopped that to go to LA to do the acting thing, and it totally killed his entire vibe. Mm. And he fell all the way up. And I worry about that because I feel like the culture of this city makes all of us who we are. Right. I think when we go out, when we leave Atlanta, there's a bit of Hollywoodism because this is a very inherently black city. Mm. And LA is not a black city by far. LA is a multicultural Hollywood white town, right? And it's a little different.
It's a lot different.
Because I have friends, now trust me, I don't all know Atlanta people. Matter of fact, there are a few of my friends that live in LA that have been acting and doing things in LA for a while. And they're like, you know what? I'm about to leave. I'm about to move to Atlanta. I've been out here doing this acting thing. So What do you say to that?
Come back. You got to reinvent yourself. If you done did everything you can do in LA, come on back because now people.
No, they're not from it. They're not even. They're from LA.
Yeah, come out.
And they're like, I'm coming to Atlanta because
Yeah.
I see my friends getting on shows out here.
You want to because this is a thing. Still back to what I was saying. You still need that. You need some type of LA. Somebody got to know you. Honestly, half of this ain't even about talent. It's all about who you know. You going out there to meet people. You going out there to rub shoulders. You going out there to that's what you going to LA for. I'm not going to LA to lose what I have. I'm going out there to get what I ain't got.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's my purpose of going out there. My purpose ain't to go out there to find myself. I know who I am. I'm going out there to get the stuff that I need.
There you go.
All them roads that belong to me, I'm going to get them.
You can't, yeah.
Okay.
I ain't going out there to search for me. I know who I am.
The business.
Period.
Period. Hollywood. The business of it. The big business of it.
Yeah.
Is in LA. The same way the big business of music
is here.
Is in
New York.
No, it's in New York. That's where the checks get cut.
Yeah, get cut.
They get cut in New York and LA. But still, the business of music wouldn't be shit without Atlanta. We know that. And now the business of film and television is starting to succumb to that too. Because we're influencing it so much that they're gonna start siphoning talent out of here.
That's what
they do.
You still got to go to LA to get.
I'm not saying you can't book stuff in Atlanta because
no, you can't.
I have booked a lot of things in Atlanta, but if you want to grow, you have to go where the business is. If you want to grow, like it's all about what you want. Now, if I want to be here, then I'm.
Do you think the business is coming here?
Yes, I do. Because I work in it.
He works in so yeah.
Yes, I believe.
Tory works in the business.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't talk about nothing I don't know.
Yeah,
I got quiet.
I met executive producers. I met line producers. Listen, like the last feature that I worked on, there was a guy there who saw me with a shirt that was a rap gift from another film I worked on that had Samuel L. Jackson in it. Movie never came out. And he was like, "Did you work on it?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Did you?" He was like, "I'm the executive producer." I was like, "Oh shit, what's up?" And he was like, "Yeah, so we just picked it up. We're gonna finish the movie." They ran out of money. But he was in Atlanta working on another film. But the film he was working on was a film that was popular in the UK, but they were shooting it in Atlanta.
Yeah,
it was a series.
They come to shoot, but they going back.
Right. Well, you know
what I'm saying? Like, they going back.
The line producer that he works closely with moves from LA to Atlanta. He lives in Atlanta.
Oh, so he lives in Atlanta now.
Yeah, the line producer lives in Atlanta.
That's what's up.
I'm telling you, I hear you. I'm just saying that because I'm not saying it without saying it. I know the business.
Right. She's right. She's right from the perspective of a person who's trying to get in them rooms.
Yeah.
And they pushing it that way because the shit is true. But at the end of the day, there's many people who are in LA and like, well, shit, we doing so much business in Atlanta. I'm just gonna get a house out there. I'm moving out there, or they're bringing business here.
Right.
Like, but you can't destroy.
You
it
still gotta go out there.
You talking about they've been making films for 100
Well, wait a
years.
minute. Let's take one person who definitely did not do that, which is Tyler, right?
He went out there.
Yeah, but
Hold on.
That's an anomaly, man.
That's not an hold on.
He went to LA though.
No, but he went to LA and got turned down. This is what I'm saying. He left.
But he still.
He created.
He still went to. He had to go to LA to. He still went to LA, but I feel like he knew what he wanted.
And not for nothing.
He knew, like he comes from running his own shit.
Right.
So now that I have did my own movies, got these actors, now I want to be bigger than the actor.
And not for
you get what I'm saying? Because he started out with plays,
the music,
running his own plays. So now I want to be bigger. And they turn him down. So I'm gonna come out here. And
the business of film and television still don't look at him as the business of film and television.
But my point
he's
is
a renegade.
But
he did his own shit.
But the thing is, he did it.
They trying to win the acceptance.
They over here and he's still over here.
Right.
But he done carved out a niche and he's growing.
But really, but my point is saying that he's actually bigger.
You can't ignore him. Yeah.
He's actually bigger than they are.
He's bigger than they are, but dig this, brother. He's still an anomaly. Like that's not.
I don't. Well, here's why I don't. Here's why I don't call him an anomaly.
Okay.
I call him a person that what I like to say is, and this is not a very popular opinion, but I think as African Americans, we have to stop chasing white diamonds. And what I mean by that is Tyler Perry has spent the last 20 years mining black diamonds. And quiet as kept, he amassed a fortune of wealth and power.
That is true.
Mining black diamonds, creating black culture, in a black city.
That is true.
Hold on.
I'm agreeing with you, but let's be clear.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he was just on his hustle. He pivoted because they wasn't fucking with him.
But my point is that's what LA and Babyface did with music. My point is that's what LA and Babyface did with music. And that's the same. That's the same thing with music. The same thing that Tyler Perry did with music is the same thing that LA and Babyface did with deal with movies. The same thing that LA and Babyface did with music.
And to tell you, even when it comes to what Atlanta influence everything is doing, I always come from the mindset of ownership and creating your own space.
Right.
But he had to do that because he couldn't do what they wasn't accepting him.
I think that's my point in the strength of saying
and he wasn't coming from a talent space.
When you're
she's talented.
Yeah.
No, but you gotta think about there's a lot of you gotta think about a lot of local but this is what I mean. You gotta think about a lot of local people that come from that tree of Tyler Perry that he worked with.
Of course.
That's all I know she has I know she got Hollywood aspirations.
What I'm saying is, to me, when I look at Tyler, when I look at LA and Babyface, I feel like she did the same thing in her space. As talent, she created a platform for herself. But
Absolutely.
It's like, shit, well, I done got the juice out the lemon and over here, so I gotta go to LA, go rub shoulders, get this money in these rooms, and I'ma always be Atlanta. And as long as you ain't saying fuck it, I'm gonna go start talking with an English accent, and I'm out in LA on some LA shit. But if you ain't saying that, and you like, what made me understand you was when you said I'm going to get what I ain't got.
Yeah,
like I already know who I am.
Yeah.
Most people don't know who they are, bro.
When they go out there and become total weirdos.
Yeah, they go out there.
I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you dressed like that? You know, like listen, weirdos. Like, whoa, you need to come back to Atlanta. That's why I be like the men. Like, listen, I got homeboys going out there painting their nails now.
Don't say that.
Painting their nails. Like, these some real Rico Suave.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Ladies man type of dudes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Out there painting their nails now. Weird. Like, you don't know what the weather is. Like, you got leather on, bike shorts, then you got these boots on with heels, then your nails is painted. And I tell them, like, you need to come back to Atlanta. Then they don't eat meat, they don't eat chicken, they just eat in the air, they want to be connected with the grass. Me and the grass want to become one. That's cool. But
they eat in the air.
All right,
the sky to be one. Cool. I'm sun gazing. I'm gonna look into the sun when it's sunrise. Like,
give me my crystals.
So
give me my crystals.
Chill.
We're about to wrap up, but
okay.
I want you to tell people where everybody can find you and what you have going on.
How long have we been talking? 20 minutes?
No, we've been talking way longer than 20 minutes.
Y'all know I'll be running my mouth, honey.
It's almost an hour. But go ahead. She said 20 minutes. No, but tell everybody where they can find you. Where you can continue to keep track of your success.
Yeah, you can follow me at Topnotch World with 2 Ds, and that's everywhere. I might delete my Twitter, so don't even do about that because we talk about Twitter. I might delete all that shit. Right. Tell them what I was doing.
And what show are you on now?
I'm on Family Time and Wildin' Out. So Family Time comes on every Wednesday on Bounce TV at 9:00 if you're in Atlanta, and 8:00 if you're.
Ryan Glover from Atlanta runs that.
Ryan Glover from Atlanta.
Yeah,
that's an ATL network. I like to throw that in there.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah, he owns it.
He owns it.
He owns.
I love Atlanta. I'm from Atlanta.
Shout out to him.
Yeah,
but just know.
Shout out to
Some more out here.
We want to thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming.
World, find me, and
She crazy.
Well, for Atlanta Influences Everything, I'm Isaac Hayes III.
I'm Tory.
And I'm Ian.
Thank you very much.
And Atlanta influences everything.
Indeed.
Check out Southside on YouTube. If you like what you see, subscribe and hit the notification bell. It's Southside on Dash Radio.